Thanks for joining us today. I'm Danny Barnes with the CCAA, and I'm joined right now by the head coach of the Cal State Dominguez Hills men's basketball team, Steve Becker. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Well, just want a chance to talk to you. We're actually talking to the guy who has his team playing in front right now. The Toros are up 2 games in the CCAA standings with 3 to go. I know you're not looking ahead on anything like that. But just wanted to say that there are those 3 games left. And for anybody watching, I just want to make a comment out there. If two teams do tie in the regular season standings, we don't break that tie. They're awarded co-champions. Each team receives a trophy, all that stuff with it. But you break the tie for the number one seed into the CCA tournament and stuff like that. So just in case anybody's wondering how the 2 games and 3 games, 2 games up, 3 games to go might be, want to let people know about that one. But coach, just tell me how your team's going right now and how your team's kind of feeling going in these last 2 weeks. How's the health going of your team?
Yeah, we're healthy for the most part. I think everybody this time of year is banged up. And we have four guys that log, 30 minutes. So we've been pretty heavily reliant on a smaller rotation. And over the last, week and a half to 2 weeks, we've been trying to go deeper into our bench, and trying to just make sure that hopefully we still have a long season ahead of us. And we need to make sure that we do a good job with our substitutions and our rotation patterns to make sure that, not wearing too many guys out right now. But for the most part, we're healthy. We came off a 2-game homestand and got 2 wins. And we're getting excited to go on one of the toughest road trips, I think the toughest road trip in the CCAA, and we're at Chico on Thursday.
And I know you're not looking ahead. The other part of that road trip is Humboldt, which
Hmm.
we did the little poll earlier this year. So many coaches said Humboldt, no matter what the record of that team is, that's just one of the hardest road trips of the year. So
Yeah,
don't want to say good luck, but safe travels and all that stuff on the way up there.
thank you.
But and let's be honest to each other too. Chico is another very good team. They're chasing you in the standings along with a couple of the other ones. Chico right now is 3 games back in the standings, along, and they're tied with Cal State LA. So 3 back, 3 to go from their point of view. And then San Bernardino is the other team that's looking 2 games back on that. But coach, the other part when I think about the Toros and I think about your team this year, I think of obviously you guys have some very good talent in the backcourt, that type of stuff. But that talent in the backcourt has helped you guys win so many close games. It feels like you've been playing an overtime every other weekend, or at least one that's down to the buzzer. Tell me about just the closeness and maybe grinding out some of the wins along this season.
Yeah, as a coach, I wish we weren't in a tight game every other night. But no, I think there's a lot of confidence to be found in winning so many tight games as we've have. Sometimes we've given up a lead and not played well and then found a way to get it done at the end. And then other times, we just foul trouble or the different circumstances that lead to it. But I think the bottom line is the CCA is the best conference in the country. I hope we have a chance to. I think we have a really nice chance to get forward into the NCAA tournament. And night in, night out, you're in for a dogfight. And so I think first and foremost, you got to give credit to everybody you're facing because anybody could beat anyone at any time in our league, as you know. But to your point, though, I think that we're building our confidence. And further we go into the season and hopefully into the conference, conference tournament, hopefully the NCAA tournament, we're going to be able to find comfort in those moments when others may get tight. We're going to be able to understand that we thrive in those. And in overtimes, we've hit the ground running. We've dominated the overtimes, large majority of the ones that we've been in. So our guys are finding comfort in those situations.
I'm going to ask you a question. This might be a little too much. Don't want to make you give away too many secrets on that one. We've seen the great season by Jeremy Dent Smith. He's had a couple very nice buzzer beaters to send you to overtime. Are you drawing up all those plays, or some of that Jeremy making some of those ones at the end?
As much as I would love to take credit for anything having to do with some of those game winners, Jeremy's a special player, and we have several special players on our team. And so, I don't think, maybe the late great John Wooden won games with his execution and some of the finest end of game ATOs that you could come up with. But I just think you got to get the right guy, the right ball, and excuse me, the right guy and the ball in the right situations to thrive. So we've been able to get Jeremy some touches late game, and he's come through for us.
It's been fun to see. Love seeing those highlights, especially whenever I see the close game. I always go back and, make sure to kind of dissect those last 4 minutes. And it seems like it's always fun to watch those, especially.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk just some of the things that have made your team thrive on that one. You think about some of the offense, but when I was looking through the stats, I hadn't even realized at the moment you guys are 12th in the nation right now in field goal percentage defense. What has been some of the keys for you on that one? You're holding people to basically 40% shooting, an incredible number on that one. Like I said, 12th in the country right now.
Yeah, well, I think, our average age on our team is 22 years old. And I don't even
Oh,
know that that's even necessarily on the older side of our conference. I feel like, we've had guys that have been through that are physically strong and tough and durable. We've had injuries in the past, but they're healthy right now. And I think a lot of that has to do with just toughness and grit. And we've really prided ourselves as a defensive team more than anything else all year. We were in the top 1, 2 for points per game given up or allowed, and as you said, led the conference in field goal percentage for a bit now. And so our guys are really bought into playing hard on both sides of the ball, and I think that's a big part of it, obviously. Um, and so yeah, we really challenge our guys with individual matchups. And we obviously have a certain style that we're playing defensively that's been good for us right now, that the guys are really buying into.
speaking of kind of challenging your guys on that one, do you, as a coach, give your team goals at this point of the season, talking forward? Do you guys just talk about the goals that you set forth maybe before the first tip? How does that go at this end point of the year?
Yeah, we had a film session today, and we put tangible goals on these final three,
Oh,
and revisited some goals of what we're looking to do in terms of if we're able to finish the season the way we want to, and leading into the conference tournament and then the NCAA tournament. So, no, I really believe in putting tangible goals that are attainable in front of the guys, and we talked about some goals that we had in the beginning of the year, but a lot of times those things can very much be ebbs and flows and going with the season, that you have. And so I think it's important to revisit and continue to set some of those tangible goals. And so, no, we're absolutely continuing to do that.
well, Coach, I just want to thank you very much for joining me today and just talking a little bit and hearing about the Toros. As we mentioned, got to be honest to each other here. You guys have already locked down a spot, so we know you guys will be in the CCAA tournament. That'll be held March 7th through the 9th in Cal State at Cal State San Bernardino in Casulas Arena. So, do I want to say good luck to the Toros over everybody else? But I can't wait to see you over in San Bernardino, and can't wait to see how your team does the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any opportunity I get to speak about our guys and speak how strong and good our conference is, I'm very appreciative. So thank you for taking the time to have me on.